In this video, we're going to show you how to take the lower tail light off. So once you've lifted your tailgate hatch up, support it if the strong arm is no longer holding, you need to lift up your trunk access area. And now I have to start with this lower kick panel, and it's a Torx bit. It is a T25, and there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll lift that plastic panel right up. I've got to take this little cover plate off. I take a trim tool or a pocket screwdriver. Let's see if we can pop this right off. If we look inside there, we have a bolt. Looks like a 10mm socket. Take that out of the way. Now I'm going to take a trim tool, plastic trim tool, and I'm going to hopefully lift up on this. That's all I want, is that piece to come out like this so that I can remove this piece. So now I'm going to move to the back here, take this speaker cover off. It's got tabs, looks like someone broke them in the past. And move up over here. So it looks like I have to take this piece off. And that looks like it's a Torx bit. And I'm going to go with the T25. Once that is down and out of the way, pull this down. So we have to take this center trim piece off to remove this outer one. So right here underneath the cargo light, little trim tool or pocket screwdriver, pull the lens down, and then I'm just going to pull this out of the way. Squeeze that tab, get the light out. Then we have one little bolt in here. It looks like a T25. Now we should be able to grab this trim and pull down. Should be able to get this piece out of the way. There we go. Should pull that red tab out. See the top tab, the black plastic? You're just going to push it towards the actual car and pull it down. Now you can get that speaker. Just let it hang down. You can disconnect it if you want. So to take the upper tail light out, first thing I'm going to do now is take the tab on this harness, push down on it, and pull on the harness. And then you'll see right through here we have a mounting bolt, a nut, and one here, 10mm. You should be able to grab it and just pull it out. Wiggle it. And that is the upper tail light. Now to do the lower tail light, you have a bolt nut in here, one over here, and then one there, 10mm socket. Then we're going to go over to the furthest one. Now because of the fuse boxes in the way, I'm just going to use a ratchet on this one once I get the socket on there. I broke that free. I could take it off by hand if I want. Then the top one is right here. There we go. Then I can use my electric. Then we're just going to grab it, pull. You can see the harness a lot easier now. Now you're going to grab the harness, push on this little gray tab, and pull. And then there is your lower tail light. Now I'm going to connect the tail lamp harness right into that connector until you hear the click. then guide the actual threaded bolts right in place. Now I'm going to put the nuts on. There's 3 6mm nuts. And they take a 10mm socket. So to put the 3 nuts on those little studs sticking out of the tail light, I'm going to put them in my socket with an extension so I don't drop it. Mounting stud, and then start it by hand. I'm going to put the other 2 on the same way. I don't like to use the electric or air when I'm tightening up anything that has plastic in it, because just that chance of it over tightening will crack the plastic. Now I'm going to take my ratchet and hand tighten these. I'll go with this outer one first. Quick note, before you assemble the top tail light, see this plastic guide? There's a rain guide on the top of the car, and you're going to slide that right into it. So when you assemble the top tail light, make sure that you put this guide right into that rain guard. Let it slide in, then you can line up the bolt mounting holes, seal it up. I'm going to put the top nuts on the actual tail light studs. I'm going to do this by hand. Snug them down. There's only 2 on the top. And 1 up here. I'm going to tighten this up by hand. I don't like to use the electric. I grab my 1/4-inch ratchet. Plug in the actual taillight until you hear it click. Then we get our mini speaker. I'm going to plug that back in. Line these 2 bottom tabs up with these spots right here. And then push the tab in. Put our back panel trim piece in. You can see all of these clips, and they line up out here. And then you have a keyway slot right down here. That's going to go right down in there. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to guide it up through here first, then start it from the bottom, just like that. Now I can guide this outer edge in. I'm going to grab this one and get it out of the way. Then I'm going to put it in the bottom. Like that. Guide up my little back plastic pins here. Pop them in place. Bring the top over. There it goes. Put that in place. Pop that. Make sure my harness is sticking out, and then pop these back in. Get my mounting screw for there. So I'm going to put it on a magnet so that I can line that up. Get that in there. Then I'll take my socket, 10mm. Snug that down. Put that cover on. Now I'm going to move up to the top pillar here. So I'm going to grab this piece, line that up. As you can see, there's a round half moon cutout And there is the tube that it goes in. This was a plastic screw with a little screw threads with a T25. Last screw hardware right up here, T25. And grab our cargo light, clip that in. So the speaker cover, bottom tab's in, and press it in right into place. It should have a tab that locks it in. This one's broken, but they have a little black sealer on there. And lift that lid up. Put those right down inside that guide. That. When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.